let me ask you about primer because I was talking to you the other day, and you said if you don't use the right paint and you use cheap paint, pretty soon you see stains coming through. I looked at my ceiling of my house.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this, and people don't, but I thought this is just what happens. I was looking at the ceiling of the house, and I did a good job of painting, but I'm seeing all this dark stains coming through. And why is that? And what is it you do that would have avoided? Because you see, that was only 2 years ago I painted it, and now I have to paint the whole ceiling of all my house all over again because of all this.
Well, there's two. The biggest reason ceiling stain is because of water or humidity. Either you've got humidity on the inside, that attaches to the ceiling, or you have water from on top. So water is the biggest staining factor on a ceiling.
Okay.
So there's different products out there to do that. I found a product that works very, very well. It never fails, and some products will work, but
what do you mean it never fails?
I never have to go back. It blocks the stain. You have to have a stain
for 5 years, 10 years, 1 year.
Oh no, it'll block until it ggets wet again. It will block it permanently.
Really?
Until it gets wet again. Now, if it gets wet again, it will stain again. But if it never gets wet again, it'll never.
What about humidity like humidity?
Right.
It goes through the wall, the ceiling board, whatever, right. And then it'll make what's already there kind of stand out.
Exactly.
Is that what's going?
Yeah. Well, that's why you need to get a good quality stain blocker. Some of the stain blockers most popular on the market today is really aren't that good. And
really?
Yeah, it's just that's what you do. It'll last a year or two. And
but then the other thing is maybe I used a cheap paint because then maybe the paint gets oxidized or whatever. I don't know. It makes it so then you can see through the paint. Maybe that's what happened.
Paint will never hold a stain out. I don't care.
At all,
if you get high quality paint,
doesn't matter.
It'll never hold a stain out.
Okay.
So don't even try to block stain.
Amazing. Paint. I don't even know that I even thought to primer. I'm thinking, what the heck do I need a primer? I just thought to just paint it. It looks good, and it looked good.
Yeah,
it did look good.
It'll look good for a while. Exactly.
And it did for 2 years.
Right.